Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Steve, a jackass of all trades. Well, today what we got going on is we're finally back on the boat. It is so great to be on the boat and away from the construction project. So we've got an across oceans systems sensor installation, and this one I'm really excited about. So stay tuned, we'll get into it. Okay, so I got you in the engine room. This is one of my favorite places, so I'll get you flipped around here. This is a new, ignore this wire here, that's for a engine room fan that I got plugged in. So the new module is installed here. Come on, focus. And it won't focus. This cable's in the way. Here, get this out of the way. It's not blinking because I don't have the network set up right now. Come on. There. So there's your new module, and it is for the alternator monitoring. So what it does is nice little plugs. The guys there have done some real nice work here with nice little plugs. So see, I've got little ferrules on there, each wire, but this allows for serviceability. And you know how tough it is to plug something in when you're looking through a camera? It's like having two left hands. Okay, stop screwing around. So it connects up to the alternator temperature, and then there is a CT, which is a current transformer, that clamps around, so you don't even have to undo the cable. I'll just unclamp this for poops and giggles here. Come on, one-handed. See? Clamps around the cable. So you just clamp it on there. It's got an arrow on it. The arrow points away from the alternator because that's the direction of current, and then it'll reads correctly. So I'll get you into programming and we'll show you how this works. Okay, the engine room is a little dark, so I'm going to show you how to get into programming mode into these sensors, and this is my water tank level sensor. So it runs off of a pressure transducer down there and measures the water column in the tank, and then converts that pressure into gallons or liters, depending on your preferences, and away you go. So when the module is powered down, you power it up, and you see your status light comes on, and then you unplug it, give it a couple seconds, plug it back in, and watch your status light. There she goes. Now you got a fast flash. Now you will be able to see, it will say pulse on your Wi-Fi, and you connect to it. And what those guys have done, this is another sensor here. What those guys have done is put QR codes right on the front here. So this automatically connects to your Wi-Fi, and this automatically goes to your browser and puts in the correct IP address, and you can get right into the module, and away she goes. So because this isn't the one we're programming, I'm gonna get this back out of the Wi-Fi mode, and then I'll get the correct one in and walk you through the screen.
So don't listen to a word that guy just said, because he's totally wrong. It's not totally wrong. So I made a mistake in the programming and my understanding of how that programming works. So briefly, when you plug them in, they start a boot sequence. The boot sequence goes, when it reaches the fast flash point, then what it says is, hey, if you power cycle me, I will then go into Wi-Fi mode. So I did that before I started rolling the camera, and then I couldn't figure out what I was doing to not be able to get it to happen again. So what it is once it's in Wi-Fi mode, it stays in Wi-Fi mode, even if it's powered down. So it has to expire. So if you've got it in Wi-Fi mode and you power it down, plug it back in, it stays in Wi-Fi mode, so you should still be able to see it on your camera. So we'll continue with the video. So you'll see in the this screen here for when you first connect. And then because this is a dual input module, you've got input 1, you access it in the upper left hand corner here, and you get a pull down that says device settings, and then you can set your PGN and that sort of stuff for this one. And then on input 2, you'll notice that there is a discrepancy. It's actually showing minus 2.2 when the alternator is not running and the engine's not running. So there's a discrepancy. Sometimes the transformers have a little bit of a picking up interference or whatever. So I've confirmed it. And then you can see that what you do have to do is add. And then you, on the right-hand side, you go add 0. And then when 2.2 is actually 0, and it scales the whole thing and makes it work like a treat.
Okay, so we got you up in the wheelhouse here, and you know, beautiful day in Vancouver Harbor, and I figured we'd just show you what the actual differences are going to be. So you're going to see that we've got 60 amps coming out of the alternator, and we got 7 amps going into the batteries. So I'm going to ask the best deck hand in the world to turn on some electrical loads. Am I doing it? So I'm just going to turn the convection oven on and the toaster oven on, and we'll actually see what kind of results we get. Yeah, right on. So we got 89, 66 amps coming out of the alternator. Now you gotta remember, I'm only turning it at 1,000 RPM. So we got 70 amps coming out of the alternator. Yeah, looking down at the meter there, and 39 amps coming out of the batteries. So if I increase RPM here, let's see what happens. Yeah, so we got 80 amps coming out of the alternator, 95 amps coming out of the alternator. So I could probably afford to put a little bit of a smaller pulley on the alternator to spin things up a little bit, because I definitely cruise, or mostly cruise, at you know, 1,030 RPM. You can shut those things off if you don't mind. So yeah, there you have it. So I'm pretty happy with the results. You know, so simple, so easy to see what's going on. Yeah, look at that. We got 79 amps coming out of the alternator, 26 amps going into the batteries because we pulled off some surface charge. So the smart charger is deciding to turn itself on. So really happy with the results. Now don't pay too much attention. You got the alternator temperature, it's coming up to 31 degrees. And the other one that says exhaust temperature, which is 23 degrees, is not radio squawking, is not the exhaust temperature. It's the hydraulic temperature. And shame on Garmin for not allowing me to customize the label. So we'll put some pressure on them, and maybe they can do that in the next update. So enough of my rambling. Enough of the radio rambling too.
I was just about to close out the video, and then I realized I almost forgot to tell you guys one of the coolest things that I learned about this. So I'll just bring this up here. You see this page? This allows you to connect your Wi-Fi modules permanently to your onboard Wi-Fi network. So you don't need to do the plug in, unplug, plug in, and unplug for accessing. All you have to do is go to the IP address. In my example, this module is IP address 22, 192.168.50.22. So then that's all I have to do on my phone, go into that IP address. Once I've logged into any one of the devices on my network, there's a pull down menu, and then all of them are right there in this interface. It takes a little bit of while for them to propagate. But then in the app, you can just go, well, it's in the HTML interface, and you can just go, oh, I want to look at my water tanks. Oh, I got to look at my, anyway, it's all there. So that's pretty cool. So now I'm going to close out the video. Appreciate you guys sticking around here, and if you liked it, give it a like, and we'll see you in the next one.